reason, wanted that lead, and he hasn't. Game on Dude, the tight Tad has slightly out to the start. Now Game on Dude moving up on the outside. Acadian is right there too. Suggested boys racing between horses, and here's Rail Trimming.
Dude, second best today, ran his lungs out, couldn't hold off Dullahan in his track record-breaking Pacific Classic win. Dullahan, Joel Rosario, in for the day, gets the big money. 3 for 3 on a Polytrack surface for Dullahan now. All 3 wins of the Grade 1 variety.
I want to let it run a little bit early, but I can't. I got stuck in behind the all the horses in front of me. They kind of slowed down, so I had to wait just a little bit more than what I want. But I saved ground all the way around. I kind of have a good trip into the last, like when I turn up for home.
Any part of the race where you thought you might be able to get there first?
Yeah, for sure. And all the way around, I thought I was going to get the money, but unfortunately, the horses slowed down right in front of me, and I had to wait more than what I want.
All right, Vic. Chantal Saludon, runner-up in the Pacific Classic. You can't be too disappointed considering he broke a track record while running second. Do you think you were going to get there, or did you sense Dullahan coming up to you?
It's the first time I ever saw a horse coming strong on my flank about just around after the 3/8 pole. And I knew he was coming hard, but Game On Dude felt him too, so we did everything we could. When I went to my left-handed stick, the rein went with it, and I was like, screw the line. I still had control of him, and he still was fighting, and I just kept to my left-handed stick because that's what really works with him. He felt Dullahan. We tried. He was kicking as hard as he could. It's just some horses have that little spurt, and then he continued to gallop out really good. I'm proud of him. He ran hard, and I'm happy and impressed with how he was able to rate early in the race. When he gets to that 5/8 pole, that's kind of where he works every morning, and he turned it on. He was going. It was business. So I think I was able to float like the way I normally do without taking too much back. I'm happy with how I rode him. It was a little sloppy to lose my left line, but sometimes, like in anything, at least I didn't fumble the ball. It didn't fall off to the ground. It just kind of jumbled in my hands. It wasn't a pre-catch, but he ran amazing. Bob did a fantastic job. Kudos to Dale Romans. He came over here. He meant business. This is a tough track to go a full mile and quarter wire to wire. We didn't, but anyway, it wasn't our day, but I'm still happy with how he ran, and I think he's still going to be a monster in the Breeders' Cup. I was able to hit him left-handed. I was able to finish Pursue. He's a pretty straightforward horse. It's not like I need me to hold him up or anything like that. It did look sloppy for sure. Damn it, I haven't done that in, 13 years. But it happens sometimes, so. Right when I pulled my stick to my left hand, I guess the rubber caught the way I had my cross, I guess. It just, sometimes it'll catch it, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I slip it through nice, but it caught it, so.
Joel Rosario, changed your silks, but you won the Grade 1 Pacific Classic with Dullahan. You made a living coming down the center of the track here many years, winning a lot of races. Did you have it in your mind that that's where you were going to want to be when he made his late run to go wide and come down the center of the track?
Yeah, and he's a good horse. He showed in the paper like he's a good horse in the Polytrack, and I just have all my confidence in him, and he put me in in a really good spot, and I was only the passenger. He did the job. He's a very nice horse.
Did you always feel you had Game On Dude's measure when you were going through the lane that you were going to get him?
Well, I have that feeling to know for home, but with Game On Dude, you never get back. You don't have to give up because he's a really nice horse. You think you got him. He always tries. He beat me. I remember the Santa Anita handicap, and then he beat me twice. So he's a good horse. I never panic. I just trying to beat it today.
Did you notice that Chantal lost the rein, and did you think that had any effect on the outcome of the race?
I don't know. I have no idea. She knows the horse better than me, and she's been right. I never ride it. So I don't know. Have no idea about that. But his horse run great. I thought my horse run really, really good race today, and he even have a track record. That was, probably impossible to beat it today.
So another big day here in Southern California. Haven't had as many big days in New York. Does a big day like this make you more inclined to come back to California? We talked a little bit earlier. Not sure about the decision, but winning races again has to feel good.
I love California. I love here, there, Martin. It's been great for me. I just, I like to be here, and I'll be trying there for a little bit. Hopefully maybe come later.
All right, Joe. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you back.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
What was the rationale for coming to this race? If it wasn't, would you have a chance to run on a synthetic track?
Oh, there's no doubt that we welcome the opportunity to be at Dullahan synthetic track. Two, by far the most important reason was that coming here and beating Game On Dude and Richard's Kid stamps him as the 3-year-old horse of the year. He's now, he and I'll have another, each have 3 Grade 1 victories, but only Dullahan is still racing. And I take nothing away from, I'll have another, but I think there's something to be said in the breed for endurance and for soundness. We've had all kinds of fancy 3-year-olds, fast, brilliant, exciting 3-year-olds retired to stud because they couldn't hold them together. This horse is as sound as any horse we've ever campaigned. You don't have to do anything. And I hope at some point people are going to say, maybe horse racing would be a better activity if we bred the sound horses. And we sure look forward to giving them a chance to do that sometime.
Was it a factor to take on older horses as opposed to
Sure.
Saratoga?
I don't think most people would say this year's Travers was the deepest quality field ever, right? And we came out here and we got to beat the best third horses in the world. So, and we were a year younger, or more than 1 year younger. So.
Dale seems to be good at taking a shot with his horses, and obviously what you just said is this is what this was all about, taking a shot with a horse, something that you felt good about, and everything kind of stacked up in his favor, you feel like, obviously?
I can't say enough about Dale Romans. He plays a key role in our operation. We have a really detailed, some would say anal, approach at the sales that results in picking like this horse. I think Dale Romans is nothing short of a savant when it comes to looking at a yearling and seeing what it could be, what the horse could be a year or two from now. And so he makes that contribution, but then of course he gets these horses, ready to run and keeps them sound. We've had one sound horse after another for the last few years, and it's because of the job he's doing. I can't say enough from that standpoint. He and I talked through every single scheduling decision, and the Eclipse Award, a chance to come out and show the Donegal flag on the West Coast, coming to Del Mar. Well, most of our people thought that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah. So on to the Breeders' Cup Classic, obviously winning you're in.
For several months, this has been on our schedule for this horse, and so is the Dubai World Cup. And we will fill in between what's based on what's best for the horse. Now, I am vice chairman of the Breeders' Cup Board of Directors, and I have to give a special shout out to Josh Christian from the Breeders' Cup staff, who was adamant that we should come and run the Pacific Classic. That said, we haven't made that decision yet. We're going to have to sit down and figure out, okay, what tracks make the most sense, and how do we get to the Dubai World Cup? So we'll go back and make that decision. We had this same decision last year to make with Dullahan when we had to decide whether to take him to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, which was at a distance shorter than we thought he was going to like. So we'll try and figure all that out.